Hey everybody, today we're going to make beer and bratwurst. And the thing about making beer and bratwurst, there's a few different ways to do it. You can grill your bratwurst, throw them in basically kind of semi-boiling beer and let them cook the rest of the way. You just want to make sure you take a toothpick and poke the outside. Or you can caramelize some onions and then cook that beer down and make yourself a really nice sauce that's going to go over it. But when you do that, you need a nice cheese to go along with it. And we've got, I don't know, 1,000 cheeses here. So I've got to narrow it down. So give me a minute and I'll be back with you and we're going to make beer and bratwurst today, okay? Now the challenge is also going to be, you've got to decide what you want to put them on. I've picked some aged cheddar. This is actually called a Barber's Vintage Cheddar. Absolutely fantastic. And then we just need to come up with a bun or a type of bun. You can go from rolls and slice them down to the bigger ones. Little challah bread, you know, challah, one of those. I'm just going to pick something. We'll be right back with you. So we're going to get in the back of the kitchen in just a second. And I've got some decent buns and I've got the cheddar already. And I need to come up with a decent, good grainy mustard if you're going to do this. I've got deli mustard that looks pretty good. But I'm going to go with this one. It's just old style grainy mustard. That's what I actually like. Have a look. Give that one a try. Now, the way we're going to start this beer and bratwurst is, what I really like to do, like everything, is let's not make it too complicated. Go a little bit of olive oil. And let's get some onions going. And what I'm going to do is kind of basically caramelize these onions. And I'm going to deglaze the whole thing with a little bit of beer. And we'll have our sauce for our bratwurst. And it's ready to go. The bratwurst I'm going to throw on the grill. We'll grill those up. We're going to poke holes in them, throw them with the beer and everything. And this is all going to simmer and cook together. Be absolutely fantastic. All right, so these are cooking. I've got the onions going. We don't even need to get started on the beer yet. Okay, so what I want to do while that stuff is going is I want to just start getting my plate ready. I'm going to throw the bratwurst down on here, kind of flatten these a little bit more than they are. But on one side, we want to get our mustard ready to go because anyone that likes beer and bratwurst is going to like grainy mustard. And then we'll get the caramelized onion beer combination on the other side. Then I'm going to get this cheese sliced up as well, so we've got a cheese op. Okay, so these are caramelizing pretty well. Sausages are cooking up pretty well. We're almost there. I'm transferring these into the beer pretty soon. But what I want you to see is how I poke these things, okay? All right, so the way this works is literally, you just poke holes in these. What you want is you want the beer to be able to go through. And yes, it's hot. I probably could have moved them first. And that's okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to throw them into this pan. And I'm going to throw beer in with them and have everything soak in. And then we're going to have this marvelous item. So, don't go crazy on the beer. And from now on, we're just letting this stuff just slowly simmer and let it cook. And then we're going to make a sauce out of it. So the goal at this point is if you haven't done your poke, do them right now and just poke little holes in them. Just let this stuff cook. It doesn't need to be at a high boil, okay? You just want to make sure it's hot enough and let it cook down a little bit. Then we're going to remove the sausages, make a sauce out of the beer. Boom, we're ready to go and dynamite beer and bratwurst, okay? And that cheddar, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is at a slow boil. Looks a little bigger than it is because it's a short pan. We're going to let this thing cook down. We're going to take that out here in a minute. Right, let me knock this out. All right. Okay, so the bratwurst are all cooked. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking them out. I'm putting them into this container. Now I'm going to make a sauce. Pop them over this thing. So let's turn it all the way up. We want to caramelize this stuff. All right, so now have a look. This thing's reducing down. And we're almost there. We want the beer flavor to be really nice. Yeah, it's not going to become completely thick, but what we've got right now is enough to pour it over the top, almost. We'll give it a, yeah, I want it to almost just be caramelized onions. That's what I'm really looking for. And you know, cheat, I'd throw a little brown sugar in there and we'd be done. If I was in a hurry, a little brown sugar would solve all this. All right, y'all, let's have a look. We're going to pour this over the top. You got your sauce. Nice and simple. We've got our cheddar cheese to go over it. We've got our beautiful hard rolls to go over this. Dynamite mustard. Beer and bratwurst, and I'm telling you, this is something everybody actually wants you to bring to a party. Let these sit, let everybody make delicious meals out of them. That cheddar cheese is dynamite. For these and more recipes, uptowngrocerycode.com. Thanks for joining us.